social.
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? You can't find a show or even another person who cares more about John Cersani. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger. With me as always is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
I just want you to know, Karl, when the court papers between you and Jenny Jingles come out, don't expect a text from me. I'm just not doing the show anymore.
Oh, wow. You're not going to take my side at all?
Listen, I've always been a Jenny Jingles guy. I like the songs. What can I tell you?
Now, speaking of rumors, there are rumors going around that Blind Mike is faking it and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat, and I'll even interrupt my cited co-host in a very rude manner to do so. And do me a favor, people, you have personalized jingles. If you give us $25 or more, we make you a personalized jingle for your super chats going forward. Remind me, because sometimes I forget who has personalized jingles. We have a lot of them on the board. Now,
The show is mostly jingles now.
the show is, according to certain people in Discord, the show is garbage. It's only jingles. That's all you hear anymore. Now, the other thing the show is banter.
Yeah.
And a lot of shows don't do this, but what Mike and I like to do is we start the show off not with playing social media clips or commenting on the news or Joe Biden. That's what everyone's doing. We do things differently around here. We start off with a little thing that I like to call banter.
Karl and Blind Mike gonna talk about what they like. They're gonna chew the shit, as it's been said. And you know when you get to this part of the show, well, it's time for the banter. 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 All right.
Deadbeat Discount Dog says, what's Blind Mike's last name? Asking for a friend.
Don't worry about it.
G-E-A-R-Y.
No, stop it.
Now, Mike, I want to ask you a question, my friend. How do you feel about hot sauce? Are you a fan of hot sauce?
Yeah, I am. I like Frank's Red Hot. I don't like crazy stuff, but
Right.
Frank's Red, yeah.
Frank's Red Hot is fantastic. I put it on everything. Until now, because now we have from Silk City Hot Sauce, WATP Rochester Hot Sauce. That's right. A little dabble do ya. And you can go to silkcityhotsauce.com. Use the promo code WATP for 15% off your order of our brand new hot sauce.
You can tell I didn't know about this. I wouldn't have promoted a different brand.
No, it's
is
fine.
it good?
No, Frank's is actually great because Frank's Red Hot is a cayenne pepper sauce, often used as a buffalo sauce for wings
Sure.
and things
Right,
like
right.
that. And this is buffalo crossed out Rochester sauce. So it's similar to a Frank's, but it's got a little more flavor. It's got some kick, a little more sweetness to it. I highly recommend it. Did you know that our banter, I've been setting this up for years just to do advertisements? Did you realize that?
So seamless. The guys just talking about hot sauce they like.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. You're like, well, I'm mostly known for liking comedy and podcasting, but I'll talk hot sauce.
But boy, do I love a good wing.
That's fine. Yeah, there you
But
go.
not plain.
I like this guy. He's easy. See, this guy is easy to bounce off of. This is
That's right.
perfect. All right. Next question I have for you.
Yeah.
I have to imagine you've had a number of theme songs created for you. Is that right?
I suppose that's true. Yeah.
I would imagine. I mean, you've been the host of
I've done a
shows.
few
You've been on
podcasts
some
in my
big
day,
shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
So
that's true.
I imagine people have created songs for you. Well, I have good news for you today, Mike. Doug from the Jingles department put together a song for you. And what he did here, and this is fantastic, he plays this on his guitar, but everything else is AI.
Okay.
So he was able to put together an entire song, the vocals, the drums, the bass, all of it AI, but he's playing the guitar.
Interesting.
And he wrote
All
this
right.
for you, buddy.
There's a podcaster known as Blind Mike, super funny stand-ups is delight. Hosts a show, The Blind Mike Project, with history of comedians, it's so perfect. Oh, Blind Mike, you're the butt can be tough. But you see clearly that stuttering John sucks, and Tom Myers' comedy's down on its luck. Oh, Blind Mike, you're the king of the air, with Craig by your side. What a dynamic pair. From Blind Mike on net, we follow your lead. In the world of comedy, you're what we need.
I gotta pause it real quick. You can tell it's artificial intelligence because it says that Craig and you are a dynamic duo or something.
Yeah, it's like the AI calls you in Planet John. It's like, no, people wouldn't talk like this.
All right, let's get back to it.
With degenerative eye disease, some things are rough. Wiping your butt can be tough, but you see clearly that stuttering John sucks, and Tom Myers' comedy's down on its luck. Oh, Blind Mike, you're the king of the air, with Craig by your side. What a dynamic pair. From Blind Mike on net, we follow your lead. In the world of comedy, you're what we need. The Army Major's your favorite curb stopper. Call from WATP has a club foot that's proper. Call Super Chat money might be hard to see. Blind Mike should watch more Balin Dupree. Oh, Blind Mike, you're the king of the air, with Craig by your side. What a dynamic pair. From Blind Mike on net, we follow your lead. In the world of comedy, you're what we need. So here's a Blind Mike, a beacon of fun. In the world of podcasts, you're number one. With humor and wit, you light up our night. Blind Mike, you keep comedy stuttering John and Tom Myers in sight. BlindMike.net. BlindMike.net. BlindMike.net.
What do you think, Mike?
It's the greatest song ever written.
It's not bad. I'm monitoring the chat here, and I see people are like, I would have bought this song when I was a teenager.
I was expecting it to be insulting. That was delightful.
Oh, no, Doug loves you. If it was a song about me, I'm sure it'd be very insulting, but no, he loves you.
Well, after the Instagram jingle, I didn't know what to expect, you know?
Well, yeah, he had a little fun with that at your expense. That is true. That's a good point.
That was beautiful. That touched my heart.
I had a feeling you would enjoy that. I was like, Doug, you didn't send this to him, did you? Because I want to surprise him with it.
It was very nice. Thank you, Doug.
Nice. Yes, very good stuff. All right, let's get into the first topic of discussion. I'm sure you saw this. I got notes from Samurai Jack, Wham, Manny Hernandez, many more sent this information to me. I think it's important that we cover it because Julia Fox is often a topic of conversation on this show.
Sure.
We also do crossover bonus shows between the Blind Mike Project and Who Are These Podcasts, where we've been reviewing Julia Fox's audiobook.
It's an arduous task.
And I believe we'll be doing another one this month. So sign up for Patreon wherever you'd like to. Probably both places, Blind Mike and Who Are These Podcasts.
Do both.
Support the show.
Watch it twice.
Because Julia, watch it on both channels. Because Julia Fox has come out and she has decided that she is now gay.
Oh, God.
And she came out
desperate attempt
via TikTok.
20 years late, by the way, after anyone gave a fuck.
I was, when they sent this to me, when I first saw this, I said, what are the percentage of people who come out just for the attention?
Oh my God.
It's got to be 50% plus at this point, right?
Especially now, like back in the day, like Ellen DeGeneres was ballsy for coming out on TV because it could have ruined her career. Julia Fox is doing it so people are like, honey, you are so brave.
Well, I think about like Demi Lovato, who changes her gender identity and pronouns every other week because it's just like, hey, no one's talking about me, so now I'm a they. Like, okay, Demi, I got it. I'll write it down. I got you.
Right.
So this is the TikTok that she put out, and let me refresh the page so that we have it on here. This is Dazed Digital.
With their boyfriend. It's like, you hate that man.
Hey, that was me. I was not lesbian. So sorry, boys. Won't happen again.
So I didn't get the very beginning of that, but basically it says that, when you see a lesbian with a guy, you know that she hates that guy. And so there's Julia Fox going, yeah, that's me. Every guy I've ever been with, I hated them because I'm actually a lesbian. And is that true that lesbians hate all men? Is that true?
That's my experience. But is that her actually coming out?
Well, TMZ reported on it.
God damn it.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Why is anyone giving her attention?
Why, Mike? You and I talk about Julia Fox more than anyone. What are you talking about?
That's a good point. But they're not doing it like us.
Yeah, well, right. They're giving her positive attention, which is not great. So I was watching the TMZ report of this, and the woman on TMZ reported that Julia Fox dated Ye for a couple of months, close to 2 months, and they were flying to Paris and they were going here and there. And she reported they never fucked.
How can that be?
Thank you. I think that's what I wrote in my notes. How is that possible?
I mean, is Kanye just the biggest simp in the world? Like,
Yeah,
what is he doing?
Are you putting up with that girl for a second if she's not putting out? Doesn't even make sense.
Kanye is not even crazy enough to say she's a really good conversationalist.
Well, I remember the story about that, and we'll probably get to it in her book at some point. 1,000 pages in or whatever. But I remember the story was when they first went back to his hotel room, she's like, oh, we're going to probably do it now. And he wanted to play Uno.
Okay. Well, that seems like quirky Kanye once, but like 2 months in, I mean, I imagine the guy fucks. I've listened to his rap.
After the Uno game. Yeah, no, he's horny. He's very horny. He's like a 45-year-old guy who's still talking about busted nuts and mouths and stuff. You're just like, all right, man, we got it. You've had sex. Cool. Good on you, but.
Oh God, I can't think of like a more sitcomish example of a girl you would only want to fuck than Julia Fox. Like, there's no way you're having her over for her hilarity, her insight on any topic. Like, what else would you do with her?
Oh, and you have a kid? Great.
Let's talk about it. I'm sure he's really
fantastic.
interesting.
It's fantastic. Speaking of horny, I haven't brought this name up in a little while, but do you remember Christine Knowlton?
Oh my God, I'm getting hard right now. Yeah.
Who are these YouTube videos? Who are these YouTube videos? Oh.
I didn't mean that she gets us horny. I meant that she's very horny. So she put out a new video recently.
Ooh, I'm glad you check out, or maybe someone sent it, but like I stopped looking at
I
into
found
her.
this. Yeah.
Her YouTube channel hadn't been updated in like years. It was crazy. So I just thought she died or something.
Oh no, she's been updating it. She's been updating
good.
it. Maybe on a different
excellent.
YouTube page, because this is from her YouTube page from just a day or two ago.
Oh, awesome.
And I thought I'd share a little bit of her stand-up routine with you. She's, again, doing one of these Zoom shows where all the other comics mics are on, and she's doing her stand-up routine.
Sure.
And Mike, I know you're a connoisseur. I think this would be like a French person eating American cheese. It's what this is like. If you're a connoisseur for comedy, this is not going to sit well for you.
It won't register with me as comedy.
Yeah, you're just like, no. I'm sorry, sir. This is not cheese.
Thank you. All right. It's party time tonight. All right. So, but recently though, I have to tell you something. I discovered something amazing. Something, in fact, that changed my life, and it might change yours as well.
I guess
You're
it's
going to
sexual.
want to pay attention to what I have to say. I may have tapped into something mind-blowing. I'll even go as far as saying, oh, I'm getting excited here. Why, I didn't think of it sooner.
This better be a good payoff, because there's a lot of buildup for what she's going to tell us about.
Come on, Christine, bring it home.
You got this, Christine. Come on.
Why, I didn't think of it sooner. I'm just so happy I could cry. Did you know that you'd have donuts delivered to your door?
What?
Oh my God, you could have donuts delivered to your door. That's right, those sweet cake-like goodies of goodness. Like, I used to make a couple of rounds through the store to get some. Or, you get your steps in before you get your donuts. And, it's like, or get into a car, drive to a bakery. I don't know where the hell I'm going with this.
She doesn't even have material for this.
You just made me feel like a fool for saying she hasn't posted in years. Clearly, this was posted in 2014.
I know. She just figured out there's apps where people will deliver things to your house.
You guys hear about Grubhub? This is crazy.
And listen, I can't fix this. There's no one who can on this earth. But if I were to give her some pointers or some direction, I would say, hey, maybe you should start with, did you know you can get donuts delivered to your house? And then go from there. All
Really?
the build up to you can get donuts delivered to your house, just like, well, that wasn't a good payoff. If you have jokes about donuts, start there.
You wouldn't go 2 Jews walk into a bar and hold on, punchline coming, everyone buckle up. They'd buy the place.
See,
Yeah, no, we got it.
Mike, that actually would be a funny routine. That's actually a
Thank
really
you. I've been
funny
working on it.
idea. Yeah, you should work on that.
But but now all I have to do is get off the couch and go right over to the door. That's right. It's like now the fat comes to me. It's great.
Okay.
But in all serious though, if I had a dick,
Serious.
a physical one, yeah, we know I have lady balls and lady dicks. Yeah,
Oh.
my lady dick is here. Anyway, I would totally use that as a donut holder. Like hell yeah! Like really, why hasn't there been a donut cock ring made? You know, you can have some dessert. And
Maybe I'm
protein
just
and-
sensitive to this lately for my own reasons. Is someone
Sure.
illegally recording her? Because this doesn't seem like a stand-up routine.
No, she turned the camera on herself. She's got a green screen and everything.
Okay,
Mike.
good.
She
I
knows
don't
she's
want to play
doing
anything
this.
she's not aware of.
Could you imagine, Christine? That was illegally recorded.
I
am
reported
in-
you to the FBI, Blind Mike.
I am in Georgia. That's not legal in this state.
Same time. Those are my thoughts on dessert. Anyway,
Okay.
this is coming from a bisexual lesbian.
Ooh.
She just said she's a bisexual lesbian. I like both
took me a
kinds of
second.
girls. I don't think that was a joke. I think she's just stupid. I mean, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but
Based on her use of every other word in that sentence, I think you're right that she's just a
Thank you.
moron.
all right. I think I'm onto something with that. We're a little ways into the show. I think this is a fun. Why am I talking like David Collins? I just want to do like a Dave Collins. All right, we're having a good time here. We're a little ways through the show. Now's probably a
Right.
good time to check out some super chats.
Yay, super chats.
So I did David Collins' show. He drove from Iowa directly to my house. He
Yes.
started at 5 p.m. Him and his buddy Delicious took turns driving overnight. And by the time they stopped their car, they were in front of my house, which is nuts. But anyway,
Yeah.
So David and I did a show together. I was on his show, the David Collins 30-minute half-hour show, which is a lot of
Both
fun.
very good. I've listened to
Thank
both.
you. Yeah, we did it from our basement here. And one of the comments that I saw under it was just like, why does this guy do this annoying radio voice? It's really put on and it sucks. I don't know if I responded. I probably didn't. Like, that's how David talks all the time. I went to breakfast with them. I hung out with them outside of doing shows. That's who he is. He's not putting something on.
Yeah, it's hard. Well, it's hard to crack David because he says things where I'm like, this is a character, clearly, but
Yeah.
I can't get him to break. This is how it's also, that's not just how he talks. That's how he texts. I've been
Yes.
texting him lately, and that is always how he talks.
I think it'd be fine if we showed up to your house around 8:30. We'd love to go get some breakfast. And so if I have a spot on David Collins impression, I just realized.
That was pretty good. He even via text, he gives me the dismissive right.
Right.
Okay, sorry to bother you, David.
Moving on. You're like, okay, well, sorry. All right. High and tight $2. Boy Wolf. Believe referring to one stuttering John Melendez, if I was educated on such a topic.
No
Like
John
that.
today, by the way. Wonder where he is.
Yeah, John did not show up today. A lot of speculation. I think maybe he was going back to that tavern, the Belmont Tavern or whatever the fuck he's all
well, that's-
excited about.
That's very important.
Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. Rick U, 3220.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the amazing super chat, Rika 3220. It is greatly needed to offset the worst business decision in podcast history for Blind Mike to go SJ free on his show.
He says, hey, Lady K, my jingle is outdated and makes no sense anymore. How much for a new one?
Really makes no sense. I'm gonna go to jail because of this fucking guy.
I know. That's why I wanted to play it, to put that in context. Rick, you got it, buddy. I got to make a mental note right now. Rick, 3220. Maybe Doug can make a mental note for me. Tacit Recidence says, Blind Mike G, sorry to dox you, is underrated. Whoa, that's too
thank
close.
you, but that's a little too personal for my taste.
Chardy McDennis, $2. Here he comes, the comeback king. That's, oh my gosh, I'm going to go see Corey Feldman.
Oh, man, really?
Yeah, well, so tomorrow I'm flying out to Brooklyn to go see NoFX. I'm excited about that.
Sure.
But then the 23rd, I'm going to Detroit to see Corey Feldman.
The Feld Dog.
Open for Limp Bizkit, which I am
That's very
excited about
exciting.
that. Yeah, I'll report back. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Drew Peanuts, $2 says, I will try the hot sauce. I will try the hot sauce, would never try WATB sauce. Well, there is not such thing as WATB sauce. So you do not have to worry about that.
I don't know.
No
Christian's always brewing something up that he's
No,
selling.
no one's
Trying
going to
to get me
make
to
you do
taste.
that. Drunk Engineer coming in with $25.
Yay, super chats.
Thank you, Drunk Engineer. July 17th is right around the corner. Can't wait to put an offer down on John's house. Give me a jingle to annoy the Discord and Facebook people. You got it, Drunk Engineer. Thank you. Did you see the video someone made in front of John's house? Thinking, where did I see it? The guy comes out and he goes, hey, Mike, I'm at John's house. And he shows John's house. He's like, I heard there was an open house today. I don't know. No one's here.
Yeah, I don't like this, but John showed his address to prove to me he wasn't selling the house.
Not only that, and the guy said this at the end of the video. He goes, hey, not for nothing, John. You're the one who set the precedent that we're going to people's houses now.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, yeah, he's got a point. John wants to go to Kevin Brennan's house and Melton's and claim to go to everyone else's. I was like, yeah, well, that's what you're asking for.
I've said this on my show that, like, the odd thing is I've tried to defend John more than most people in certain cases, and he just makes such an ass of himself that it's impossible to do that.
It's also dumb. It's just a waste of time to defend John.
I know. I
wouldn't recommend it.
I've learned.
High and Tight $2 says, boy, Tommy. KJ coming in. I know that KJ has a jingle on here.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, KJ. The Instagram jingle lyrics seem to be studied more than the Dark Side of the Moon album.
Have you two caught the Tom Myers levels of comedy writing coming out of John's Twitter account this week? All-time stinkers.
I haven't noticed it to be that funny, no.
I'm not. I am blocked, KJ.
Oh,
But-
so am I. That's right.
Yeah.
That's why we haven't seen it.
But please, if he does put some stickers out, post them in our subreddit or our Discord. I always like looking at those.
Yeah.
Drew Peanuts, $2 says, 100% of Transformers do it for attention. I don't know. I don't think it's 100%, but it's over 50 at this point.
Sure.
Would be my guess. They even brought it up on TMZ. We were talking about Julia Fox. Whoever the main guy is on there, I don't even know.
Oh, Harvey?
Harvey, yeah. He goes, should we put a cap on this thing? We're coming out. He goes, my generation's 2% are part of the LGBTQ plus community, and Gen Z is like 20% plus now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the best coming out ever was Kevin Spacey, where they're like, you're a rapist, and he's like, guys, you got me, I'm gay.
Mm-hmm. That's the way to do it. Wait till you're accused of really heinous crimes.
Fine, I'm a queer. Is that what you want to hear?
Redrick Lasser, $20. I've binged all of WATS in the last 2 weeks, and I'm catching it live for the first time now. Thanks for the entertainment, gents. This is the least I can do. P.S. More Woke Dad. Oh, we got Woke Dad coming up. Don't you worry about that. And thank you for binging us. I appreciate
That's
it.
interesting to drink in all of Woke Dad in a 2-week span. That's a lot for any human to take in.
Well, I can imagine that if he actually just binged our entire back catalog, he's going, what's up with Karl's Facebook feed? I haven't gotten an update. It's so many months. Has anyone died recently? Has anyone's grandmother passed away?
It is a shame we haven't checked in on that in a while.
Someone sent me a link, and it took me to Facebook, and for whatever reason, it just took me to my main feed. I never check Facebook, as I've said many times. And the very first thing was like someone talking about their dog dying. I'm like, this is why no one goes on this site anymore. It's so depressing. I don't want to hear
I
about
should have had John fill in for you at that time. We could have been like, hey, look at this idiot. Carl's dad has cancer. He just announced it on Facebook. What a loser.
You know what I didn't post on Facebook? My dad being sick with cancer. It never occurred to me. That's where I should communicate that information. In fact, I think John did it for me. So
Yeah, would have been
there's
some
always
good content.
There's always that going on. All right. You were talking about this jingle earlier.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you wanna fight.
I have Christian Blatt up on the screen. He says WATB sauce is coming soon. Pass, hard pass on that. But I bring that up because Christian is introducing us to a new character on Instagram. Are you familiar with Costco Cat?
I don't believe I am, no.
I wasn't either, Mike. But Costco Cat is an Asian lady who goes to Costco and tells us about all the deals that she's enjoying.
I'm a Costco hoe, and these are the best deals at Costco right now.
All right, you hoes, check out this deal on the Haagen-Dazs ice cream bar.
$3.50 off at $9.99. Or what about this Nutella? Spread it on toast or your booty cheeks?
Either way, it's on sale right now for $10.29.
Speaking of booty cheeks, they got this Pirates Booty Cheddar Blast on sale right now for $4.59. Frito-Lay Flamin' Hot Mix.
All right, that goes on for a while. I think it
This is
gets
incredibly aggressive for Costco shopping.
Well, what's funny, so on her profile it says she puts the hoe in wholesale. And it does say not affiliated with Costco in any way.
All right, cunts, we're going to Sam's Club.
So that's the introduction into Costco Cat. But more importantly, I guess she lives in the San Francisco area, and she went to Daly City to the Costco there. She wanted to see how Asian it was.
Okay.
And so she's going to report back. She's going to report back to us on just how Asian the Costco is in Daly City.
How Asian is your Costco? I'm a Costco hoe, and today we're here in Daly City in South San Francisco. Let's go inside, check it out, and see how Asian it really is. Right when you walk in, they got these 4th of July fireworks. Now, this may seem really American, but everyone knows Chinese people invented fireworks, so this is very Asian. Look at all these vitamins on sale right now. Asians love their vitamins.
And then I went to the refrigerated section where I found not one, but 2 types of kimchi.
Now that is quite Asian.
There was also some other packaged goods like seaweed, beef bulgogi, short rib, japchae, ramen, and udon. But the packaging looks suspiciously Caucasian, so questionably Asian. And brr, what's this? The freezer section stocked with a variety of Asian frozen foods. Milo soup dumpling, BB Go chicken bowl, BB Go mandu, BB Go pot stickers, BB Go steam buns, BB Go, no!
And BB Go's okay, but let's be real, BB Go's a token Asian of the friend group.
Now for Asian honorable mentions, these goji berries, Hami golden melon, and these full-body
does not
massage
match.
chairs. Asians love giving massages.
You don't act like this when you're in Costco, Mike. You don't get this
This is
excited.
wild. I keep forgetting the videos about Costco.
You don't bring in a boombox next to your ear and dance down.
Scream. She's yelling.
The Costco in Daly City, South San Francisco gets a 3.88 Asian rating. Lots of Asian people, lots of Asian items, but they were mostly generic, and I was hoping for something more unique. How Asian is your Costco? Let me know what you think in the comments. Bye!
The thing I'm mad about from this video,
Please.
and I mostly like it, don't get me wrong,
Sure.
but if I was going to critique something, 3.88 is all fine and good. Out of what?
Oh, good.
Is this out of 5? Out of 10?
4 stars? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I want to know because I next time I visit Daly City, I want to know, should I go to this Costco or not?
It'd be great if the rating system just changed every time. This is a 3.8. The next time it's like a B+ or something.
Yeah, it's like Cardiff's game where it's like,
yeah.
hey,
Number next.
Yeah.
Now, if
right.
you wanted to do a real service, you'd find out how black your Costco is. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I'm going to play that on the next episode. There is it's 3.88 out of 3.9 stars. Someone in the chat, David in the chat just said.
That's very
That'd be
good.
fun. That'd be fun. That's almost a perfect score. All right. We're still on Instagram, and of course, that's where John Cersani hangs out in his penthouse and in Instagram. And he's going to do a little flexing. Apparently, and I checked out this show, the Two Bears, One Cave episode with Jimmy Kimmel, because I reviewed it on the Drew Lane show. But
I talked about it as well. Did you talk about basically Segura being like, no, everyone loves you?
Yes.
Great.
I mean, that was the most interesting part of it.
Yeah.
Where Jimmy Kimmel's like, yeah, your fans hate me. They're like, what are you talking about? Why?
What?
Like,
You, Jimmy?
and Tom Segura was playing so dumb, and maybe his dumb. He's just like, why? Because you're pro healthcare? He's like, no. And even Jimmy Kimmel's like, no, that's not what it is.
You tried to better the world. And Kimmel's like, well, no.
Yeah, that's not really it. But I didn't see this part of it because apparently they were talking about our boy, John Cersani, on there.
Yeah.
You know, you had me follow a guy that I met at your show in Vegas.
John.
Yeah. And I'm still trying to figure out why I'm following John.
It's my favorite follow in the world. I follow things for weird reasons.
You endorsed him in such an enthusiastic way that I've been trying to figure this out for quite some time now.
That's very deep work. Very much what he does. I mean,
listen, Jimmy, I thought the same thing myself. It was 2 a.m. Bert was emphatic about it. I woke up the next day saying, hey, it's a matter of time before Jimmy unfollows me. But yet here we are. And just like Bert and Tom's following, my followers probably don't see eye to eye with you on a number of social issues. However, rest assured that you're welcomed here as a follower, Jimmy. See, this page isn't about social issues. It's about winning. People that are winning now and people that are going to win in the future. All right? You're on the top of your game in an industry. You dominate the industry you chose in life. By definition, that's winning, as long as you did it in an ethical and moral way. So the question now, Jimmy, becomes, what do you get out of being here? Here's what you get out of it. You're around other winners. We'll motivate you to keep going. Well, John, how the fuck am I going to be motivated? I have a show on ABC. I've hosted the Oscars. But do you have a waterfall, Jimmy?
Jesus.
Oh, my
We're only
God.
going up. Welcome to the winner's circle, my friend.
Have you ever seen a guy miss the mark more on what people are talking about in a video?
Right. So I wanted to point this out. I find this fascinating. I'm glad you sent this over to me because we just discovered that John Cersani is Bert Kreischer's lol cow.
Yes. Yeah. Bert looks at Cersani the way we do.
Right. Well, no, it's better than that. Bert looks at Cersani the way that we all look at Bert. So could you imagine? This guy's a bigger lol cow than Bert Kreischer. He's the guy Bert Kreischer. In my head, I went directly to, is Brendan Schaub watching these videos and goofing at him and sending him around to his place?
Listen, I'm not a smart man, but you got to look at this idiot.
Yeah, Brendan Schaub and sent us over to Chris D'Elia, like, look at this asshole. Like, I think that John Cersani might be the biggest loco, and they even hinted at it there. I'm sure you picked up on the same thing that I did, where it's like, 2 a.m, Bert Kreischer's telling Jimmy Kimmel, you got to follow this guy. It wasn't because he's just like, he's motivational and he's a winner.
No, Kreischer literally says, I follow people for weird reasons.
Yes.
Meaning, like, I follow the guy because he's kind of a fucking retard. And Kimmel's like, why am I following this guy? And Sirasani's like, listen, sure, you guys may not agree with me politically. No, that's not what we're talking about, even remotely, you jackass.
Not even close. Not even close.
And like Kimmel, I would argue that Kimmel has changed maybe more drastically than Stern. Like he's at a wild transformation.
Wow, that's interesting. That's a debate I could have.
It's close.
It's close for sure.
But Kimmel is the guy who found Perry Caravello. You know, like he loved Eric the Midget. At his core, he loves lol cows, and he's saying that's what you are, John. You have
that is very true.
And what makes John a lol cow is that he hears that and is like, "Oh, me and Jimmy Kimmel are best friends now. This is great. He's gonna come swim in my waterfall."
Yes, I picked up on the exact same thing, but even more important, he goes, "And why would a guy like Jimmy Kimmel, who's on top of the world, follow me? What does he get out of it?" And he thinks that his content is not about him, it's about winning. He literally doesn't realize that every single post is about him. It has nothing to do with anything other than I'm John Cersani, I have a bunch of money, and I'm awesome. And in fact, I have an example of that.
Okay.
Because as you and I have pointed out, people who know him in real life, co-workers, ex-co-workers, family members, friends, they are clowning him in the background. They're like, Jesus, John, what's this guy doing?
I've never seen that as much, even with John or anybody. Like anybody
Yeah.
that's made fun of consistently on the internet. I've never seen anyone have people from their real life come out of the woodwork the way John Cersani has.
Yep, and here's an example.
Every so often I get a smart-ass comment from somebody I used to work with or somebody I knew in my former life. It's kind of funny that people could talk to me like we're fucking equals. Why are we equals? Oh, because we used to work together. We weren't equals then either. That was me being fucking humble. What are you doing right now, buddy? You're doing the same fucking job, all right? And you're being a smart-ass commenting, hanger on her to me right now. People that have my fucking back while we're working together, you're still here, bitch. But you motherfuckers coming out of the woodwork acting like we were old pals, you were a little bitch trying to jockey for my place in fucking sales meetings, motherfucker. I left the fucking company and people were supposed to follow me out the door. Where were you, bitch? You little fucking hoe.
People were supposed to follow him out the door. He was doing those "Who's coming with me?"
Jerry Maguire, yeah.
He had a "Who's coming with me?" moment. Come on.
Hanger on her, bitch. Yeah, dude. We were never equals. That's why you still work.
All right. This is the part of this video that I picked up on is this is why you still work. John works all the time. We just watched, he put together an entire YouTube show where it was nothing but him in business meetings. Every single segment of that show.
Why work?
Oh, you were just keying out a little bit.
Even
there.
like all the poke. Oh, I said he doesn't always do worthwhile work, but he does work. Even the poker shit that he does, like all the stuff that he promotes, it's work in some form or fashion.
Yeah. It's nonstop. He's constantly putting together conventions. He's doing podcasts. He's trying to connect with, he's investing in things. He's trying to connect with celebrities. He's got his business. He pretends he doesn't have a business, but he has a business.
Right.
I've never met a guy like this who works harder and claims to have been retired from working.
Yeah, that's crazy, but also the part I like is like he's like, we were never equals. Like, really? You know him by his Instagram handle. Like so you
Right.
recognized him enough. You know what I mean? Like maybe you were his superior or something, but like you know him and his comment got to you. So you're even if you weren't his equal, you're making him your equal, John, by acknowledging him in your dumb video.
All right. Now, John does talk about his origin story quite a bit. As you know, he's from a small town outside of Chicago.
Yeah, how many times are we going to hear about this?
Humble beginnings. I mean, obviously, he was the captain of the football team, but other than that,
Sure,
humble,
of course.
humble beginnings. And but he loves to brag about where he's at now.
Decided to spend the day in my condo, one of my condos, I should say, overlooking this beautiful city of Chicago. And I remember when I was in Schaumburg, I said, you know, I could be a big fish in this small pond in Schaumburg. And then after I got divorced, I said, you know what? Maybe I should expand my horizons.
I'm
going to leave my children.
I've never wanted to do an interview on this show. It's not that style show. His ex-wife, I would love to do a special talking to her about that.
Oh, he must have been intolerable.
Okay, so what we're about to see now, and I'm excited to play this for you. This is the best Stuttering John impression. We all do it, but this is the best one I've ever seen in my life.
Sure.
So I moved to the big city, thinking I'd be, you know, a small fish in a big pond. I ended up being one of the biggest fish in that motherfucking pond. Then from there, I went to Los Angeles. Yeah, we're still growing, bitch, but we ain't no minnow, motherfucker. I got connections in New York. I got connections in London.
Wow.
And all I did was say, hey, this was my comfort zone. Now I'm going to get the fuck out of it. That's all I fucking did. Smartest move I ever made.
Dude, the Hawk Tuah girl spits less than this guy. There was so much saliva flying out of this guy's mouth just now.
He's scorched too. Where he goes, he's like, I'm in 90 cities in London. Like, who
Right,
brags
like,
about
what?
knowing people in London?
That's hilarious.
But this is how much of a douche John Cersani is, where I don't know if you caught it in the last video when he was referring to the guy he used to work with. He goes, every once in a while, someone pipes up from my former life.
Right.
So he thinks of like when he was married and had a child. He's like, that's my former life.
I've left that behind.
Now I'm famous.
Now I'm a
Now
celebrity.
cool.
Now I'm important, obviously. Do you think, Mike, do you think if you loved your life as much as he claims to, that you would make a video like this ever?
No, never mind 70 times. It's every day. He's like, I came from Schaumburg with nothing. He's like worse than a rapper telling us his origin story.
So we didn't do a show last week because it was the 4th of July on Thursday here in the States. And I actually took a trip. I was on vacation. I had a fantastic time. Never once did I think to pull up my phone and go to Instagram and brag about it. Never once did that even cross my mind.
I would like a Karl video. Hey, motherfuckers, I'm in one of my homes.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. So I have a special bonus clip here. You didn't send this to me, but Captain Chaos did in our Discord server.
Nice.
John was recently in Vegas, and he's got a problem with some of his new friends that he met when he was in Vegas.
So yesterday I made a post about how friends of mine ripped me off at the MGM and ran up the hotel room bill after I kind of did a favor for them on what was otherwise a great fucking trip, by the way. Well, there was a person between me and those friends that I really respected. And I gotta tell you, they're gonna learn a lesson because now it's sacrificed my friendship with him for bringing people like you around me and in these environments. Now I was gonna just let this go. But I decided to look a little bit closer at the bill. See, this was the bill right here. And as you can see, there's a $900 dinner. And by the way, multiple retail charges, crazy. $900 dinner at the Bellagio. So how do two people like you guys spend $900 at the Bellagio? You're Gen Pop. You guys don't know how to fucking spend $900 at a restaurant. But let's see how you spent it.
So I love this. He's not so upset that they spent $900 on his tab. He's more upset of what they purchased to make it $900.
How to spend? Well, John, what an underdog story. By God, they did it.
I know. It's like Brewster's Millions, which I'm dating myself on that one. But it's crazy because the reason why I played this clip right here is because he was just in his penthouse in Chicago overlooking the city, talking about how rich he is. Why would $900 affect him in any way? He had to make this video and bitch about it and show the receipt up on the screen.
Well, you know, what that video showed me is, you always say John's going to lose his money, basically.
Yes.
Because the investments he's making and everything. What dawns on me in that video is he also has hangers-on. Like, he's a guy who's easily susceptible to people being like, John, come on, let's party. Just throw it on your tab, bro. Don't be a pussy. Like, he wants people around so badly that he's going to lose his money that way also.
Mike, I think I pointed this out when I was talking about how he's going to lose his money. He buys his friends.
Oh, right. True. Okay.
I mean, this is literally how he has friends in the world. It's why Bert Kreischer knows who he is, because he invested in Bert's shitty vodka.
Buying friends in that way, but I even mean like I'm sure he's got an entourage.
Yes.
He's definitely got a fucking turtle in a drama leeching off of him.
Now, I'm pretty sure you're on pins and needles wondering what this tab looks like. So he's going to explain the restaurant bill.
Oh, good.
I got the itemized bill. Boom. You decided to order caviar, and wash it down with a seafood platter, then get a bunch of fucking soups for some reason.
Some reason? Soup's delicious. What do you mean?
He is stuttering John the way he talks and everything.
I know.
The condescending, like he has no jokes.
You dumb fuck! You bought caviar and a seafood platter, you dumb fuck!
He even said boom.
See, you did research to even find out you could put that restaurant and bill it back to the MGM. You guys are shady, all right? And the person I met you through was a friend of mine who's not anymore because of you guys.
Ooh.
You should be very ashamed of yourselves.
Ooh, wow.
Wow, those guys just got put on blast.
He lost a friend.
I got to tell you, so there's more to that receipt, and I tried to zoom in a little bit for people who are watching the show. And what's impressive to me, $900 restaurant bill for two people is nothing that crazy, especially in Vegas. There's very high-end restaurants there.
Sure.
But they didn't do it with booze. There was no alcohol purchased.
Now that's impressive.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
There was like some espressos for dessert. No alcohol at all. I think they were just drinking waters. I didn't see any beverages on there at all.
They were probably like, that'll drive him crazy.
Yeah, and it did. And it worked. He's like, at least get a nice whiskey or a bottle of wine for the table. What the fuck? $900? You just had caviar and seafood?
It'd be great if they just ordered all this food and then placed it on John's card and were like, oh, we're not going to eat it. Don't even bother cooking it. We just want to fuck with the guy.
Yeah. Did you want to take that to go? Nah, we're flying out in a few hours. We're good. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
Yay, super chats.
Miguel is coming in, and Miguel has a song.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Miguel. We sure appreciate it. Blind Mike might not be able to see, but we know for sure he can at least smell that Karl has frosted tips.
I gotta get this frosted. Miguel $5 says, I think Julia Fox came out as a lesbian after seeing Christine announcing she was a bisexual lesbian. Prove me wrong.
It is hard not to resist, you know?
High and tight $2 boy Wolf. It's the scum stream in paradise. It's from the scum stream in paradise. Yes. Thank you. Vinny and I did a bonus creep off today. If you want to get bonus shows. I know Blind Mike tried to do a creep off.
I tried to do a scum parade the other day.
You tried to do the creep off. And the internet in New York State doesn't work for some reason. Go figure. But we did a show today at the Comedy Club. And we watched Thunder in Paradise, which is the Hulk Hogan TV show from the 90s, where there was a boy raised by wolves. And Hulk Hogan found him and took him under his arm to teach him the ways of the world.
This sounds great.
It's the dumbest. It's the dumbest show. I swear to God, I'm so upset there was only one season of it, because I would watch it forever if I could.
Fantastic.
It really is great.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, JJ Shearer Jr. The name is Violent K Hamburger, and I'm back like a vertebrae. What's a juggalo? Whoop whoop.
I don't know if we've heard that one. But JJ Shearer Jr. $5 says, now we know Karl is a Transformer collector. You rock, yo. I used to have Transformers when I was a kid. I don't think that's what he's talking about. SJ Bot 3000 been a member for 1 month. He says, if you're blocked by Stuttering John on X, follow me. I repost all of his posts for the hundreds of people he's blocked. Thank you.
Of course.
SJ Bot 3000. I got to do that. That's a great service. I appreciate it. Rocco Orb 2002 $5 says, SJ is turning into in real life Cartman. Next thing you know, he's screaming, Mom, bathroom, into an intercom. He really is just the worst.
The best was you describe, because I was listening when his doorbell was ringing and shit, but I didn't realize he was like peering through his window. Like that's great. That's a great visual you guys described.
If you don't know what we're talking about, there was a process server trying to deliver the lawsuit from Vince the lawyer to John Melendez at his mom's house. And as soon as the doorbell went off, John's live on air and he goes, don't answer the door, Mom! And he gets up and runs out. Don't answer it. They just keep ringing the bell for the next 5 minutes.
I don't understand. Was he going to hide forever? Like, what would that solve?
I'm confused by it too. I don't know what his end game is. He's kind of being a Barahawusa. Wantu $5 says, please send me to a universe where SJ, in an attempt to confront blind Mike Geary, shows up hot-headed at the doorstep of Mersh's house.
I've heard that comparison before.
That's funny. Oh, you're a different guy? Oh, you're just blind drunk. Oh, okay. Jay Wolfenstein coming in. That sounds familiar to me. I feel like we might have a jingle for Jay. Nope, don't see it. All right, moving on. He says, Mike, get back on Cameo. I paid good money to have you sing to someone I hate. Seriously.
I have not been on in a long time. It just got demoralizing because I was like, why am I doing that? For the, one cameo a year I get, it didn't seem fruitful.
I wouldn't do it only because I don't know why anyone would get a cameo unless it's to insult the person they're getting the cameo from. I mean, that's just my thinking. I'm like, I'm not actually starstruck by anyone where I'm like, well, they said my name or something like that. I would just do it to make them say shit that's ridiculous. I can make fun of them.
Most were oddly nice. I assume maybe just people that were like, hey, I'll throw Mike a few bucks or something, just being nice. But like, it's still, demoralizing. I don't know how people do it that are on there like consistently.
Dr. Steve is on Cameo, and you can get his cameo for the low price of $7. I bought a cameo from Dr. Steve for my wife's birthday some years back. And, Steve and I are friends. He's like, Karl, I can just record something before I go, no. I want to do this through Cameo. It's very important to me. It's very important to me. I buy this through Cameo. This is her only birthday present, so I got to make sure. Dildo Swag at $7 says, hey, Mike, even though you're blind, do you still make eye contact while blowing a guy? I want to know what I'm getting myself into.
This is all information. I'm a private guy, and this is all information I didn't want to come out, and I blame John for it.
We were watching you on Kirk's show yesterday on WATP.
I heard that, yeah.
And people were blown away. You didn't have your glasses on.
I know.
Surprised about
I never wore them on that show. The reason I wear them here is because I'm looking at the camera more. I don't want you to be distracted by my wacky eyes. But I just never wore them there, so I don't know.
I know. I'm familiar with you on that show. I wasn't offended. Cyber Organic $2 says it's crazy how John is both successful and a loser. Successful? I don't know about that.
Most successful in the Dabbleverse.
Well, he does have the greatest show in the Dabbleverse. Clip it. Dan Pupella, formerly Daddy or Uncle Poopy, $2 says, I hate him. The dude screams, I'm an alpha. Oh, the fucking John Cersani's the worst. Kyle
I
X,
like when they're formerly, so they're like, you may know me as Uncle Poopy. I don't want you to be confused.
I've changed my YouTube handle, so I just want to get you guys used to that. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. Kyle X, $2 says, is he a NYHC band? Bigger dork than Rick to Life.
I don't know the reference, but
is he in a NYHC band? Kyle, I'm sorry. I'm not connecting with this today. I apologize. Danny Pupella again says, Creep Out Punishment. Loser posts a John update. Loser posts a John update.
I don't know. They're losing me.
Maybe we stop reading this $2 super chats. Maybe that's the answer. Gino Bobina is here. No one messes with the Duke. Walk the other way, pal. Atticus Finch says, this is a cease and desist on behalf of Jay Melendez. Well, that's got to be legal.
Uh-oh. We all fucked.
Penis Rickle. He didn't even spend any money, but I just want to read it. SJ Bot's my man. It's so funny. I love that John's out pretending to like DJ Dabbles is his buddy and he's like playing the music. It's like, yeah, we collabed on this track. Like, okay.
Yeah, we could make a lot of money on that song.
You know you're being clowned, right, John? It doesn't matter.
Right, his friends are Dabbling Dan.
He's one of his best friends in the world is named Dabbling Dan. It's insane what's going on. And you've heard the theory about Dabbling Dan, right?
No.
He's not a real person. So they went to the Belmont Tavern. This is when John had his Tinder date or his Bumble date.
Sure.
And they went to the Belmont Tavern, and maybe it was Dirty Deeds. One of the super chatters was there, and John goes, and Dabbling Dan was there, but he was taking a nap out in his car. What? Wait, what? This is not a thing people do. They don't drive to a parking lot and then decide to get some shut-eye in. I think it's a fake person. Rocco Orby does $25 says, I'd be pissed off about a $100 bill too. The utilities for that waterfall don't pay for themselves. Yeah, I would imagine that he lives an expensive lifestyle.
That's the thing is like everyone would be pissed about a $900 bill, and yet John is so unlikable that he can't get any sympathy from it.
Well, he decided to rant about it. No one knows who these people are. No one knows what's going on, but he had to make a video about it to put him on blast.
Yeah, they're worthless.
It's not how you
they don't
deal
know how
with
to spend that.
It's not how you deal with that at all. All right, we haven't done this in a minute. I want to head over to Reddit.
Who are these losers using Reddit?
What is it? Reddit!
We were just talking about the creep off a minute ago, and one of the segments I do on the creep off is Karl's Cop Cam. I've been enjoying these cop cams that are all over YouTube now. Every police officer wears a camera and microphone on their chest, which is great content for us. Yeah. And here is on a subreddit that is public freakout, a police officer pulling over a couple of people.
Hey, Mr. Roberts, come back here with me for a second. And Miss Curtis, thank you for telling me who you are this time. Last time you didn't.
Oh, that was you?
That was me. This is a citation for driving on a suspended license, okay?
Yes, and I'm paying on that last one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just sit tight right here. Why is he running? He doesn't even have a warrant. Hey, Curtis! Or, what's his name again? Roberts, you're good, bud. No warrant, Roberts. Oh, jeez. He's good to go.
So as he's handing the information to the driver, the passenger just darts out of the car and starts running. And I know I've been ball washing the boys in blue lately, but I love the way the officer handled it. He didn't react at all. He just looks up and he's just like, where's he going?
He's like, oh, jeez, Robert, you silly goose.
Robert, you're fine, buddy. I love that he just feels like he must be guilty of something.
I like that he's like he doesn't turn around. He's just like, you're not getting me, asshole.
Yeah. Oh,
I am out of here.
Playing reverse psychology on him, right? You don't have a warrant. Just kidding. Put your hands behind your back. Gotcha. All right. This is a weird one that you found, Mike. I don't know how you found this one. Another public freakout.
Yeah, it just randomly I got a notification for it for some reason. Reddit was like, you'll really like this, I guess.
So this is a lieutenant governor? This is a politician.
Yes.
Apparently, it's the lieutenant governor of North Carolina.
Right.
And it looks like he's speaking at a church. There's a big cross behind him. So that's what tipped me off to that. Like the Sherlock Holmes of the show.
And trigger warning, he's a MAGA guy, everyone.
Wait, oh, he's a MAGA guy?
That's how a bunch of the headlines described him, yeah.
Okay. You wouldn't know that, so just listen to the clip. You would not know that.
Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. You know, there's a time when we used to meet evil on the battlefield, and guess what we did to it? We killed it. We didn't quibble about it. We didn't argue about it. We didn't fight about it. We killed it.
Sir, battlefields are bad. We try to avoid that in societies. Like, we don't want to really have wars and battlefields.
But sometimes you need it. It's what makes men men, damn it.
No, actually, that's not what we're going for, but.
When the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, what do? We flew to Japan. And we killed the Japanese Army and Navy.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're leaving out all the civilians that we killed too. I mean, there were children.
Well, people need killing.
there were children just outside playing with each other, and we blew up an entire city or two.
By any means necessary.
I like that he conveniently leaves that out. The Army and the Navy we took out, and the rest of the country.
Didn't even quibble about it. I didn't start this fight. You did. You wanted to be left alone. You should have left me alone. We didn't argue and capitulate and talk about, well, maybe we shouldn't fight the Nazis that hard. No, they're bad. Kill them.
It's also very funny to be like, a year after Oppenheimer was the biggest movie in the world, he's like, we didn't even quibble about it. It's like, well, there was some hemming and hawing going on.
There was a little bit of debate. Drunk engineer says, stop interrupting, Karl. The guy's on a roll.
He's making good points.
Too bad. Get mad at me if you want to. Some folks need killing. It's time for somebody to say it.
So this is a black gentleman who's saying this in front of mostly white people. And I feel like if I was there, I might get wrapped up in the excitement and be like, yeah, all right, let's go, let's kill people. And then it's just like, so I'm talking about Whitey. Like, oh, shit. I didn't.
Oh, damn it. I knew I misread this.
I didn't realize what we were talking about. Now I'm not for it all of a sudden.
I don't know. I think that could be our next president. I think he's got moxie.
He would get a percentage of the vote, and it might be higher than Joe Biden's. So I'll give you that. Robo Shitstain MK9000 in Discord sent me another fun thing in Reddit. And this is a subreddit called Depression.
Ooh.
You familiar with this subreddit?
It's right in my alley. I'll have to check it out.
All right. Well, let's see what this person's saying. I wish I had cancer.
Oh, boy.
Is it weird that I wish I had cancer or some deadly disease?
Yeah.
I think it's mostly from living with severe health anxiety. I am so afraid of dying unexpectedly that I hope I get cancer so my death is expected. I want my death to be in a hospital bed, medicated, and just slowly pass away. I look for ways to give myself cancer, though I've yet to find one. Is anyone else like this?
Just kill yourself, you coward.
Oh, God, no. That's not the message here on WATS.
Or go to therapy.
Life is great. You can get better. You can figure it out. There's other things that you can do. Drug addiction.
I guess I'm saying cancer seems like the worst way to die.
Yes. Dying of cancer is no picnic at all. You think you're depressed now. Wait until you're in a hospital bed with agonizing pain of a terminal illness.
Have an overdose. Have some fun. Go cliff diving, you know? Have an experience.
Yeah, so Sky Trigger says, I really don't think you actually would want that. If it is anything but just slowly passing away, you are in pain, you are withering away. What I found interesting about this subreddit, I didn't know it existed, but there are 1 million members of r/depression, which is depressing.
That is staggering.
There's 1 million people who don't just peruse this subreddit, but subscribe to it.
I will say what's funny about the Reddit, like subreddits like that too, is like we're so used to literally if you go into any podcast's Reddit, the theme of the subreddit is this show fucking sucks. It's not as good as it used to be.
Right.
So like that's kind of what I thought all of Reddit was. And if you go into certain advice Reddit, like that zero COVID community one, it's like helpful shit. Like if someone will be like, hey, I want cancer. And the other person will be like, actually, you probably don't.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I would think Reddit would be like, no, you retard. Of course you don't want cancer.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point because it's brought up all the time. You know, I've been checking in on that Aaron Imholt guy on Steel Toe.
Sure.
And he's constantly talking about the internet as if it's just this monolith. You're just like, and the internet wants me to do this, or they say this thing. And I hear that about Reddit too. Like John's like, the hate sites, Reddit's a hate site. It's like, well, no, there's a group of people on there who are goofing on you. That's definitely for sure. But you can also find other subreddits that are completely the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. My YouTube chat doesn't claim I beat my wife. And don't start.
Oh, that was a scene that was planted just now. Joke's on you. She's not my wife yet. Take that. All right, let's head over to YouTube. I've been hearing people want to hear the original YouTube jingle. You got it.
Who are these YouTube videos? Who are these YouTube videos? Oh.
Delete laws. Remember this guy, Chili DeCastro?
Sure do.
All right, let's see what's going on. This is a recent video. He's rallying the troops.
Duties after a kangaroo court led by the dishonorable Ann Zimmerman. She convicted me and put me in jail for 6 months. I've served 4 months of those 6 months so far.
Hold on a second. This guy is still bad-mouthing judges? Has he learned nothing?
Oh, no, he has a real issue with this lady, and she's going to get her comeuppance, as you're going to find out.
Wow, it's ridiculous. So again, he's calling in from jail to go on his show, and this is what he's talking about.
6 months. I've served 4 months of those 6 months so far. Now, on July 10th is my appeal hearing, finally, and it's in front of a new judge. Hopefully it's the Honorable Michelle Levitt, and that'll happen in Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you're anywhere in the area, please come on by. I think the court starts at 9 a.m., and if they don't let you in, get the name of the bailiff. Because as you know, if you know anything about this channel, Team DLZ, I file lots of lawsuits. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to sue the judge, I'm going to sue the prosecutor, and I've already sued the cop.
Jesus, obviously jail does not rehabilitate people because he's still doing the same thing. I'm going to sue everyone. I love suing. And I just want to ask you this, Mike, because I don't know enough about the law. I'm not involved in a lawsuit currently. I'm no stuttering John Melendez.
Yeah.
But what could you possibly sue a bailiff for? What
not letting all the fans in.
Right, but okay. So let's say that you wanted to go in the courtroom and cheer on your buddy Chili DeCastro, and the bailiff says, "Sorry, buddy, we can't let you in here." And then I brought a civil suit. How much money would I be owed? How much compensation would I be owed for that?
$12.5 million.
Good answer.
But I'm going to sue them.
I'll be living in the bailiff's house. What's your wife's name? I can't wait to meet her.
I love that Chili's like, come on by. It's a part. We're hanging down at the courthouse.
Well, what's hilarious about this, when I was in Vegas for Hackamania, I would have, if this was happening, I would have gone. I would have loved to have been there.
Tremendous timing.
Yes. I would have, because we talked about, should we go visit Chili DeCastro while we're here? And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm not looking to make out with the guy.
And then you'd have to say, Chili, bailiff didn't let me in.
Yeah, you know what that means, huh?
Me to this lawsuit.
Already sued the cop, but I'm going to sue them. And so if they don't let you in the courtroom at 9 a.m. on July 10th, you get the name of the bailiff. My courtroom, I guarantee you, I'll be the first case.
Okay, so this is such a weird thing. Why wouldn't they let people in? Isn't this like a public place people could go to?
Well, under the threat of civil suit, you know that the bail is going to let everyone in, I imagine. But I think in Chili's mind, it was going to be like a football game. Like there were going to be people with signs and beer helmets.
Oh,
it was going to be a hell of a time.
A big tailgate going on before. Like, let's get down there at 4 a.m. and start partying. Yeah. It's actually a good idea. God damn it. You know, Mike, every now and again, you're like a broken clock. You say something, I'm like, yeah, I would do that. That's cool. All right, so this is from Chili's channel.
Yeah. So this is Chili's channel. It's amazing when you find out what channel his channel is watching, is streaming the appeal, but also you get an update on what happened at that appeal.
Yes.
With Chili DeCastro.
There's a lot going on here. So let's strap in, everybody, because they're live streaming this appeal that we just talked, he just advertised to us, that's happening, where he wants to get out before he does his whole 6-month sentence.
Chili is free, man.
So he just won his appeal. He's teared up. He's so excited about this. And I don't blame him, man. You know, getting free. This is exciting. Sure. He's high-fiving with his attorney.
Gets to go eat real food, drink real water, and be with real friends. That's
drink real water.
Yeah, they don't have real water in prison.
I can't wait to drink some of that real water. It's artificial water.
It's Cersani in prison.
Yeah. I'm drinking HO2 over here. I want some H2O.
Awesome.
No. That is an arrestable offense.
What? What just happened? What just happened?
He almost made contact with a guy who was there. One of his buddies, that came down to witness this. And so the bail was like, no, you can't do that.
Oh,
but this is where the action starts. So now Chili's being let out of the courtroom. And on his channel, his buddy, who has a green screen, but it's just green, is sitting there watching this.
What just happened? Did anybody catch that? Oh.
Look, he looks like a deer in the headlights. Guy out so hard, and he even called. Can you guys hear me?
This is Nevada judges.
That's weird. My light isn't on my mic.
Oh, who's this?
Well. All the attention to it. I've got an echo from somebody. He looks like a deer in the headlights.
This is from
Guy out so hard, and he even called.
D-Bag Patrol.
Can you guys hear me?
So he had this blown up so you couldn't tell this, but now he minimized it so you can see what's going on, how he's watching this. It's on Dickbag Patrol, which is the guy who's constantly goofing on Chili and doing the AI voice, and Chili threatens to sue this guy.
This was an hour live. For an hour, they were watching Dickbag Patrol's channel.
It's amazing. And what's great is because I went over to Dickbag Patrol and watched the video on their show.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't believe he got off. This is ridiculous. I didn't expect this to happen. Meanwhile, this is Chili's channel watching these guys who hate him.
It's great. It's honestly like if during Stuttering John's trial, Richard Ojeda took over his channel and was like, all right, we got a guy named Carl Hamburger. He seems to have some insight on the case.
John's a fucking asshole and a moron. What's that now? What's going on? I got an echo? What? Yeah, that's hilarious. So I thought that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, so a couple hours ago, Chili DeCastro posted again, and it was basically a montage of the appeal with spliced in with a call from Chili, which I don't quite understand. Because in the call, and if you don't know, Chili for the last 4 months or whatever has been doing these updates from prison, like prison calls that are just recorded and posted to his YouTube channel. He did the same thing yesterday. But in the call, he's like, I'm a free man now. It's being like completely expunged from my record, blah, blah, blah. Yet he's doing the prison call again. So I don't know. Then on his channel, the idiot that we just heard, said he might be back in the next day or two. We'll see. They did a live stream after this one last night, but Chili wasn't on it. So I don't know what's going on with our boy, Jose
Marie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm confused about that too. Shmuel Buckman for $2 says Chili got out yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out right
Yeah,
now.
he got out, but for some reason, the video is like just a phone recording of him.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
All right. Well, we'll keep tabs on it. Obviously, this is where you go to get your Chili de Castro news. This is a dick bag patrol.
I'm sure by next week he'll post 4 or 5 videos.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it too. Kyle X $2 says, New York hardcore. You're from New York and you didn't know? No, I'm not part of the New York hardcore scene. I apologize, Kyle.
What a dork.
I know I am. That's the problem with reading these super chats. No one pressed me. I feel like Biden up here. Like, no one told me I'd have to answer these questions. Wasn't ready for that.
What's your handicap?
6. When I was vice president and you guys were paying my salary, I got it down to a 6. That was pretty good. All right, let's head over to TikTok.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
I am excited to see that we have a return character we haven't talked about in a little while. Now, of course, the tuah girl, what's her name? Haley Welch?
Sure.
Something like that. She's been making a lot of headlines. We talked about how she made $30,000 just for an appearance at a club judging a bikini contest.
Mm-hmm.
She's living the life.
Yeah.
So some of these people have been grinding all these years and being influencers and doing their thing are like, what the fuck? Why didn't this happen for me?
Well, it's a good thing to get jealous about because it'll definitely last forever. I think when you're famous for blowing a snot rocket on a penis.
Well, I will tell you that our girl, Laura Juicy TV, has an idea of what she wants to do now to get a viral video going.
Okay.
That girl said her spit on that thing. That's boring. I'm farting on it.
Well,
exactly. Speak to him, Toothless. I'm farting on it.
Well done.
Oh, God. Does she call it Toothless?
She actually hocked up a pretty big loogie, too. Just spit it in her car.
What a
I gotta give her credit. I'm glad to see that she's still out there. I haven't checked in on her in a minute now. She does a lot of hardcore porn and stuff like that. But we know her as the girl who likes to fart in department stores.
Sure. Yeah. Very sexy gal.
Or at the bowling alley where she grabs the PA microphone and farts into that.
That one was good.
That one was funny. All right. So this one came in from Doug Rocky Mountain in the Discord. And this is a guy named Birdie. And Birdie wants everyone to wear a mask. And he's going to explain why that is so important. Listen closely, Mike. You sound like you're already dismissing this man.
I'm sorry, it's a very serious disease. But the president had it during the debate.
Yeah, you're already dismissing this they. Listen closely.
My body, my choice means personal choices. When you choose to go out in public and go indoors without a KN95 or an N95 mask, you are making the choice for other people's bodies. As an immunocompromised person with asthma who's disabled and trans, I not only am a more high risk to get sick, but then when I do get sick, I have less of a chance of even getting treated. And that.
Hold on a second. So being trans is part of COVID now too? I had no idea. I didn't know about that.
If being trans puts you more at risk for illness,
yeah,
should we promote that you do it?
Is that in the pamphlet? I wonder when you get the pamphlet from the doctor, like, oh, so you want to be a trans, and you're reading through it, all the benefits, and everyone's going to give you kudos. There's a parade, all that shit. At one point, it says on there, by the way, if you catch a cold, you'll probably die.
The last page is, you might regret it one day and you're more likely to die, but no one ever really gets there. So
so don't worry about it.
Getting treated. And that was shown today. I went to a new doctor's office to try to be established as a patient. They said that maybe if I want my doctor to wear a mask around me, then maybe I shouldn't actually be a patient with them. There was an immunocompromised person who was put on a psych hold in the emergency room and refused pain meds for a migraine because they were asking their doctors and the nurse practitioners to wear masks in their room because they're immunocompromised. They were told that they were being hysterical and overdramatic.
Yeah, it sounds like they were a fucking problem.
The doctors are like, the masks do nothing. We were lying the whole time. We're sorry.
Yeah, remember when Fauci said they do nothing, and then someone told him, no, you're not supposed to say that. He went, oh, yeah, no, they're great.
Can't help the fact that we're high risk. You can help the fact that you're spreading diseases. COVID is not over. It's not like minimal either. This is major. We have people who are high risk who have been isolated for years because people just want to get back to normal. My normal is now not being able to go to the doctor because my doctor won't wear a mask around me. Your comfort is not more important than disabled people being able to live.
All
That
right.
I agree with.
That's funny. That's a good point. So this is not on TikTok, but I thought it was related. We talked about Physics Girl before.
Okay.
Physics Girl has a YouTube channel, very popular. And then a couple of years ago, Physics Girl got COVID. And unfortunately, long COVID.
No.
And so what Physics Girl is doing now, because she can't get out of bed, she's so sick, and washing your hair when you're a woman takes a lot of work. You got to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
So she has decided to shave her head to help her with her recovery.
It's always a good look.
Yeah, it's a cool look.
Alright, let's see.
Washing your hair took up a lot of energy.
Tattoos now.
Alright, shall we?
Spending too much energy can cause her to crash, setting her recovery back weeks or months.
There we go.
There are millions of people suffering from long COVID. Diana got long COVID in July 2022. It's been 2 years.
Oh. This is a really good decision.
You have such a small head. Oh my gosh.
Look at what this disease has done to us.
It's turned mentally ill people more mentally ill than they were before. It's not good. It says, Diana decided to shave her head to make it easier on herself for her journey with hashtag long COVID and hashtag MECFS. Many people struggling with this disease choose to do this if bedbound for extended periods of time, like Diana has. Hopefully she can avoid crashes and reduce the amount of energy it takes to wash and maintain her hair every week. Millions of people are suffering from this disease.
I'd love to ask these COVID people, are these still COVID believers still, which is crazy that that exists.
Yeah, I know.
But like the people in like the zero COVID community or the last person we talked about, I'd love to ask them like, so no one around you like wears a mask or takes COVID seriously, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, I know, it's crazy. And I'd be like, so everyone you know died.
Right, everyone's dead then? Yeah. How many funerals do you go to a day?
Oh, well, they're not dead, but they're gravely ill, of course, right?
I saw a guy who had to blow his nose 3 times in one day. Is that how you want me to live my life?
Well, no,
With
you
the
should have said
sniffles?
something. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's not just death, Mike. There's a lot of
That
things that are
sounds
going
terrible.
on. So, Physics Girl on YouTube with the long COVID for 2 years, and she developed eternal sleepiness from it, whatever that means. So she doesn't leave her bed, and she does have a Patreon, and she does have an event coming up soon where you can donate money to Physics Girl.
I was hoping.
Thank God. All right, let's get into Woke Dad.
Yeah.
Do we have a stinger or two for Woke Dad? We must, right? Don't we have songs and?
Oh, we did. We debuted it last episode.
That's
I
right.
think,
Here it is.
Sitting in my mobile coffee shop,
Making videos about my transvestite children for TikTok.
Oh, that's it. That's the very offensive one. Here's the other one.
I would do anything in my power to keep him happy, healthy, and safe. The name that they would call their superhero was I stand up against injustice, standing up for what's right. Dress up and have fun.
I called him out on his bad behavior, homophobia, transphobia.
The most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. I create safe spaces for kids. I have 2 queer kids myself. Kids in the trans community.
Sometimes it just takes me correcting people. Homophobia, transphobia.
I'm my kid's superhero.
Trying to make the world a better place.
LGBTQI, LGBTQI, LGBTQI.
I love when people love woke, Dad.
Sure. How could you not?
Tristram says that soft way of speaking of him is enraging. It is enraging. Everything about this guy.
Yeah, it's enraging how much hate is in this country.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
There are more people like woke dad than these communities.
Yeah.
All right. So this is on 4th of July, Independence Day. He's going to celebrate his Independence Day, which is different from our Independence Day.
Absolutely.
I don't think I ever shared with you guys what horrific acts made this my Independence Day. But I think now that we're staring down the 1-year anniversary of that, I think it's time that I actually tell that story, and I think you guys would appreciate it. Now I want you to keep in mind it wasn't one act that got me to this point, it was a lot. This was just the one thing that broke the camel's back. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now it all started a few years ago. The company that I worked for was notoriously owned by a Christian conservative family. And
Oh! Okay, hold on. Let me grab my pearls real quick. Whoa.
You worked there, Dave?
I didn't realize you went through this trauma. Okay.
Jesus.
All right, everyone. Okay, let's get back into it. Sorry. I had to catch my breath.
And they had their values. So a few years ago when they allowed us to take a company truck into a Pride event, everybody was excited. There were employees that worked for that company for a very long time.
Everyone was excited?
Everybody was excited.
They allowed them to use the company truck to go to a Pride parade.
Yeah!
And everyone was excited, Mike. Everyone.
I'll tell you, we had to, when I worked for the radio station out here, we had to walk in the fucking St. Patrick's Day parade here in Boston.
Yeah. Was everyone excited about that?
It was misery. It was hard. The weather usually sucked. It was terrible.
Oh, that is the worst one. Let me tell you a little story about parades. They suck.
Yeah.
They always
No one was
suck.
excited.
No one's excited about it.
Who finally felt seen. I brought my kids, lots of other employees who had kids within the LGBTQI community went. It was incredible.
Interesting. So your kids both turned out to be part of that community, and you're bringing them to these parades.
The kids had the best time. They felt seen. Last year came around. Here we are at Pride again. And we were all ready to do the same thing again. The t-shirts were ordered. People were excited. The company decided that their family values did not align with Pride.
Oh.
Which would have been fine. That alone would have been fine.
Okay.
Please don't bring our company truck. And we would have said, okay.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
But that isn't what happened. They put out a notice that anybody with their logo apparel or attire or the company truck, if it was anywhere near Pride, if it was anywhere involved in Pride, somebody was wearing a company logo with Pride gear, then they would be subject to termination or legal action.
Legal action.
That's right.
If you have the company logo and a rainbow sticker on your pants, there's legal action. Now, I'm no scholar, as you know. I'm pretty sure what he's talking about would be illegal for this company to do. I don't think companies can control people in that way. I'm pretty sure.
Well, Ronan Hirschberg is a comic that just put out a special that said that he went to a hotel that said, at this hotel, we don't allow discrimination or bigotry. And I thought, wow, that's really brave of them to follow a law.
Right. Yeah, no shit. But this is what's so stupid about this is that he's saying that this company could fire you if you went to this Pride parade. I've been an employer. As you know, I've talked about this before.
Sure.
It is very difficult to fire people. You really have to cross your T's and dot your I's. So there's no fucking way in hell this happened. And listen, woke dad lies all the time. He lies in every video, so I'm not surprised he's lying again. But let's pick it up from here.
Also, I'll even take the other stance and say, like, if this company was like, hey, we're telling you don't use our logo for this. We just don't want it used in that way.
You're right.
As an employee, you kind of have to follow that, whether you agree with it or not.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, That is discrimination.
Oh, that's funny. Jam Flow Man, I didn't even think of that. Sounds like last year the company got a lot of complaints about their truck being at that Pride Parade. That's interesting, yeah.
Like, hey, just let's keep us out of it this year.
At the highest mark and against the law in New York State.
Yeah, okay, so thank you. When I heard this, I'm like, he lives in New York State. I've been an employer in New York State. You can't get away with that shit. That's against the law. So he just explained that is against the law.
Well, I won't do anything, but I'll just leave. This is a guy that fights for injustice, by the way.
Right. Oh, yeah. So that's what's coming up next.
So it wasn't all the times I had to advocate for trans employees so that they could use the bathroom that they wanted to when the company was trying to force them to use the wrong bathroom. It wasn't showing up to women's leadership groups and there being no women there. It wasn't DEI policies that didn't actually create safe spaces for employees. It wasn't all of the stuff that had to do with making that place unsafe.
Unsafe. Making that place unsafe, he's talking about. Do you know that there are literally people dying in coal mines and I was in a band with a guy who was a machinist who died at work from, operating a machine.
You're crying.
I mean,
he could be gay if he wanted to, couldn't he?
Right. There literally are jobs that are unsafe for real. Not made up unsafe, but like real life unsafe, but okay.
That had to do with making that place unsafe for people in marginalized communities. That really got to me. It was that. And that was it. I put in my 2-week notice. I couldn't stand it anymore.
Oh my gosh, they must have been celebrating. Like, hey, guess who's leaving the company? Daniel! I knew that policy would work. I knew we could get him out of here with that.
He's really leaving? You're kidding.
Because honestly, firing someone is hard. But there are times when, like when you want to dump your girlfriend, or you want to dump your girlfriend, you're just a dick. You wait for her to dump you. Companies will do the same thing. They're just like, let's make this guy really uncomfortable at work until he just quits.
This is, by the way, a guy that screams that he's hetero over and over again. And he's like, I can't walk in the parade. I'm leaving.
Who's coming with me?
Declared my independence. I started a company of my own. And I promise to never treat employees like that.
So now I don't have any.
You don't have any employees. Daniel, you own a shitty little coffee shop, which, by the way, my buddy has been to.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I'll tell you that in a second.
Treat employees like that. People are more important than profits and ideas every day.
People are more important than ideas? I got to think about that one. I'm not sure if that's true.
That's tough. I'm having an idea about it, but I don't know if that's important anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
And those are the values that I live by. That people are more important than profits and ideas.
I love when people use the word profit like it's a nefarious concept. Oh, what do you want to do? This company just wants profits? Mike, I got to tell you, as I mentioned, I was a partner in a company. We had every year, we turned a profit. Is that nuts? Am I a bad person?
Pigs. You fat
I know, right?
bats. You're what's wrong with America.
It's crazy. But people literally say that. We're just like, and you know what these guys want to do? They wanted to profit from their company. Like, well, yeah, it's the whole point. It's literally the whole point.
You should be humiliated with yourself.
Every day. And those are the values that I live by. Happy Independence Day.
Oh, and then he gets all fucking sappy at the end like he always does. He's just the worst. It's just so annoying.
I'll show you. I'm going to sell coffee out of my truck.
Like, okay, don't let the door hit you in the ass. Have fun with your little coffee thing you're doing. Yeah, so I guess a buddy of mine, his in-laws live like right where this guy sets up shop.
Okay.
So he went over and visited and got some coffee. So the coffee was decent. He also donated $1.45 towards the art or whatever the thing is that he's working on.
Very nice.
And I was very mad at my friend. I said, no, you got to let him change your life. He's got to make a TikTok video about you or else you failed.
Yeah, you gotta say, I don't believe in none of these signs.
Yeah, you got to point at one of the stickers and be like, What's all these rainbows doing here?
I don't like what you're shilling here, boy.
Oh my God. There was a boner line caller on the Drew Lane show. I just heard this today. I was out riding my bike. Brilliant idea. Do you remember when Larry David didn't like Mocha Joe and started a spite store?
Yes.
He set up a coffee shop next to the other coffee shop just out of spite, just to put him out of business.
Are you suggesting we open up a mobile coffee shop
I'm
with a sign,
suggesting
hate has a home here?
I'm suggesting Trump Coffee. Make coffee great again shows up right next to this guy's mobile coffee shop. And we follow wherever he's like, oh, I'm getting out of here. Like, all right, we'll drive right behind you. Let's go. Where are we going?
Oh, imagine the videos he would make about us.
Dude, honestly, if I never made a penny ever again in my life, it would be worth it.
It's like Rogan says about the mothership. I just want to break even. Like,
Right.
I just want to do it as long as I can.
Oh, it'd be so worth it. Anyway, whoever called into the boner line with that, brilliant idea.
Yes.
Let's find out one of the reasons why Daniel Alexander is better than us.
Oh, wow.
Which, by the way, someone sent me a link to his actual Facebook page. I guess that's not his real name. It's Daniel something else.
Yeah.
But this guy, this is not a character. I'm not gonna, obviously dox him or out or anything.
I
like
believe that. Yeah.
But I perused it a little bit. Like this is his life. This is what he's up to.
Yeah.
Well, just in case anyone's like, this guy can't be real. He's real. This is it.
Wait a second. Are you trying to convince me that there's something wrong with a Ford pickup truck owner?
So he's reading a comment, like he does a lot. He says, "You sure it wasn't a Ford F-150? Only asking because I have a Ram, and that's embarrassing."
I like when he tries to be like a guy's guy.
Yep. This is an example right here.
Truck owner, somebody who owns a truck like this F-350 Super Duty, somebody who has big old gnarly mud tires like this that just scream rolling down the road.
Fuck yeah.
Do you really think that there's something wrong or identifying with somebody who owns a truck like this? Because most of the time I would agree with you, but I just so happen to need mine to tow my mobile coffee shop.
Most of the time he would agree with you that owning a truck like that makes you a horrible racist bigot. What?
Yeah. That's part of the paperwork down at the Ford shop.
What the fuck's he talking about? Yeah, when I buy my F-350, they're like, "Who'd you vote for?" I tend to vote left leaning. All right,
some
get
namby-pamby,
the fuck out of
are
my
ya?
store. Get the fuck out of my store.
But let me tell you the difference and show you the difference. Mine's covered in ally and support stickers for different marginalized communities.
Oh, he's virtue signaling. Okay, thank God. For a second there, I thought he'd spent a second of his day not virtue signaling.
I thought this was just a car video.
Holy shit. Okay, good.
And people know that this is a safe space. I use this mobile coffee shop for income because my passion is supporting people. And I mean, a lot of people come here to my coffee shop because they know that I'm a safe space, but I need the income to pay my bills so that I can do things like this. Build this art studio that's gonna support people in marginalized communities. I need this income so that I can fight and advocate for marginalized communities, and I can fight for equity and equality for all. Would I love for that to be an electric truck? Hell yeah. Can I afford an electric truck? No. Am I still going to use it to advocate for other people every day of the week?
Woo!
Have a great day.
Now, Mike, I had a crazy thought. I had a crazy thought when I was watching this. So he's making money in order to put that towards saving the marginalized communities, propping them up, donating to them. Would it be great if he got a job where the average customer didn't net him $4 in profit? Like if he's taking this money that he's making and putting it back towards this community that needs it, maybe he should get like a real job that pays good.
Or if he got a job working with that community instead of selling coffee to alleged racists.
Good. That's a good point. Yeah, most of his customers hate him and don't agree with his politics. And here's a dumb thought, and I don't want to get too political. We don't get political on the show, but here's a really dumb thought. When he says marginalized community, now marginalized means to relegate to an unimportant or powerless position within a society or group.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they're trying to do to white men? Aren't they trying to marginalize white men's opinions
You
on
mean that
things?
scum?
Yeah, listen, I'm all for it.
You guys have had it pretty good long enough.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to say I think it's great that white men don't have a say anymore. I'm just saying, like, isn't that what marginalized means? Or
That's actually what's weird. That's maybe my favorite quality about Daniel is that despite him being so like anti-straight white male, he still feels the need to be like, oh, it's a shame I'm so fucking hetero. I wish I didn't need this goddamn truck and have to fuck women the way I do.
I got one more woke dad, but I want to go back to the super chats because people are talking about woke dad.
Oh, good.
Yay, super chats.
First, KJ for $10 says, Mike, are you glued to your boy Alex's trial? It's his finest role.
I'm going to check in before Sunday and maybe talk about it on the Blind Mike project, but I haven't checked much out yet. Let me know if there's anything I should find for Sunday.
Oh, we expect you to be on that beat, sir.
I thought about streaming it, but I was like, it's so early. Is it going to be worth it? But we'll see.
I know. Trials are actually notoriously boring.
Pretty boring. Yes.
Unless you're Nick Rekieta talking about Kyle Rittenhouse, it's hard to make it.
But if there's, I'm not a legal expert. That's the main thing.
Right.
But if there's anything juicy, send it my way.
Silence Do Good, $5 says, geez, Biden's press conference has 125,000 watching live on ABC News YouTube. You guys really need to step up these rookie numbers. He can't even talk. FSJFKB.
The problem is he's live. We usually have those numbers, and he's taking them all away.
That's true. Everyone's watching Biden right now to see what he's going to say next. It's like the Howard Stern thing. Why do you listen to Biden? I just want to hear what he's going to say next.
If he can say it.
Yes.
I want to see if he dies next.
That's why we defeated Medicare and Medicaid. Dildo swinging. Go ahead.
I don't want to go off on that. But I said the craziest thing was in the pauses when he's weak.
It's insane. Dildo swag is $5 says if Woke Dad wore sunglasses, him and Mike would look a lot alike.
Oh, you think so? Interesting.
Wow, so now you're Mersh and Woke Dad. Right.
These are not great compliments, guys.
It's not great.
You're trying to compliment me, but
Matt M $5 says, I love the Woke Dad segments. Please keep them coming.
Try our best.
We will keep them coming because this guy keeps producing this content. It's fantastic. Devil's Joint, my boy JJ. This is a big announcement. I heard about this on WATB today.
Ooh.
Tomorrow, producer Chris and Lucy Tightbox on the Trainwreck TV, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then Cardiff Electric will be on Monday or Tuesday. We are waiting for Carl's appearance. So you know what Trainwreck TV is, right?
I don't think so, no.
Or the Trainwrecks. This is Helga Mann and Lisa Boswell. Used to be that reality
rebranded.
show.
I'm sorry.
They've rebranded
yes.
to the Trainwreck.
Yeah.
And very exciting that producer Chris and Lucy Tightbox will be on there tomorrow morning.
That is tremendously exciting.
I'll be tuned in for that. That's fantastic. Of course, Lisa Boswell came back this week. Covered that on WATP yesterday. Rocco Orby, 2002, $5. It wasn't that Woke Dad's bosses didn't appreciate Pride parades. I think mostly they didn't appreciate the hefty car wash and detail fees afterwards. I see what you're talking about. They can get a little messy, those Pride parades.
Yeah, those boys have their fun.
I've been down there, I know. Goat Melp, $5 says, looks like Daniel remembered to take his Homozempic today.
Cardiff, make another song.
That's hilarious. That's really funny. Homozempic. Abnai with £2 says, Woke Dad is SNL's wildly effeminate heterosexual. It's a good analogy. Miguel came in and gifted a membership. Thank you very much. Someone was asking for that earlier in the show. Hopefully they got it. Probably not, but thank you, Miguel, for gifting a membership. And Bob Sacamano, $14 says, for some goal. Well, it's Canadian money, so and YouTube takes a cut, and you're doing that from an iPhone, so we'll put $2 towards the goal. But thank you very much for the $14. That's $2 towards the goal, so that puts us at $348. That's all we need to get to our goal. Why do I sound like Don Lepre now?
My favorite is, let's start a rally.
Let's get a rally going, everybody. This is going to be a lot of fun. You're going to give me money, and you're going to give me money. Then you're going to give me money, and he's going to give me money. Let's go.
This is fun.
He's so crazy. He's lost his fucking mind. If you don't know what we're talking about, Steel Toe Morning Show, Aaron Imholt. I put out a video on our YouTube page today from Who Are These Podcasts. It's also featured on Who Are These Podcasts, our audio episode, but wow.
I'll be talking about him Sunday morning as well, and I planned on defending you because I see people criticize you for being so wrong on air, and so was I. Like, I was duped by this guy. I thought he was like a halfway decent broadcaster. I never really gave a fuck about his show.
Yeah,
but
same
I just
here.
didn't. He tricked me. I don't know.
I had no idea, and now I'm tuning into it. I'm like, this is terrible. He's got
It's
no one,
wild.
even when he's actually doing his show, which is rare now. Mostly he's just talking about the haters. And
Honestly,
reading
maybe April was good
chat.
for the show because I remember even back then saying the goal was douchey, but like when I watched the clips, I didn't really give a fuck about it.
Yeah.
So maybe it actually was better when April was on.
No, it definitely was. It's way worse now. It's ridiculous. But I was watching today, and he finally did start covering like some real content or news or something. His analysis sucks. He added nothing to it. And the other time I was like, well, stop pausing it. Let it play. I'm interested in what this person that you're playing has to say, not you. Anyway, check that out because his friend Keanu Thompson and his other friend Gino Bisconte have decided they're no longer in the Aaron Imholt business. They have decided to go the other way, and it was very funny. Everyone's talking about Keanu's show from the other night. That's the other thing Aaron said. He's like, I'm seeing a lot of negative comments about Keanu. Like, you are? Because I don't see any, but okay. If you say so. All right. So this is a wild woke dad TikTok. I don't say that lightly. We've all heard his made up stories. We've all heard woke dad claim that he got into in between a white guy and a black guy, and the white guy was racist, and he had to school the white guy and explain why bigotry is bad and racism is bad. And all these stories he tells, we always go, it couldn't possibly happen. Well, this one is happening in real time. We get to watch him witness one of these things that happens.
Yeah, that'll prove it.
I can't even right now. I'm sitting in the parking lot watching this just unfold in front of me as I was walking out of the store, which I stopped in just to get a Powerade. This little Suzuki was parked there with a Pride sticker on the back, and they started to walk out to their car just as this big Dodge Ram pulled up. And this guy who got out of the Dodge Ram started losing his damn mind, and he's still screaming right now, losing his damn mind about how this person has a Pride sticker on the back of their car.
Why not roll down the window so we can hear this chaos that's going on? It's melee. Why are you? I'm not hearing anything happening.
My bad, Carl. I was a little distracted. There's a guy in a MAGA hat lynching a young black man right over there. So I wasn't paying attention.
He's tired to the back of his pickup, and
it's crazy.
driving
I wish
him
I
down
could
the
show
street.
you. I wish I could show you. I just have a camera and a microphone.
Why isn't he getting involved in this? This is what he does. This is what his favorite thing to do, is to get involved in something like this. He's just watching from his car and taking a video of it.
Popcorn out.
Screaming about how that's their entire existence and he can't believe that's their entire existence. And I want to tell you what the back of this pickup truck looks like, because I'm looking at it right now. There's
show us.
Doesn't he see? Yeah, right. Turn the camera on and show us. He seems to be having fun with this, which is a horrific event that's going on right now. This gay bashing that's going on. And he's just like, you can't believe what I'm watching right now. This guy, he hates the gays.
He's like Ashton Kutcher, like commenting on plays like, so right now we're approaching on a guy who's
Yeah.
about to have his shit kicked in by a Republican.
It's their entire existence, and he can't believe that's their entire existence. And I want to tell you what the back of this pickup truck looks like, because I'm looking at it right now. There's flags everywhere. And then there's these giant bumper stickers that say Second Amendment, 1789. Trump 2024. Oh my God, how do you complain about somebody else's entire existence being something when you plaster the back of your truck like that?
That's a really
Somebody else
genuine
live in a
laugh.
town like I do. Small town politics, gotta love it, right? Can't wait to see how this unfolds.
You can't wait to see how this unfolds. Now, I have to tell you, if there is a person in this world, in my state where I live, who gets violently upset every time he sees a pride flag or a pride sticker, this person is not long for this world. This is not a good way to live your life. There's no
He's a
way this
fucking
is true.
problem. Yeah.
I believe that Kim Jong-un shot an 18 on a golf course before I believe this story this guy's telling us right now.
But he's like, they're screaming right now. We don't hear a peep.
Yep.
He doesn't show the camera. He doesn't get involved. He's not like, oh, I'm driving closer. Like, he's just sitting there watching the supposed hate crime go down.
They started to walk out to.
Sorry, I didn't have the video up before, so I wanted to show people. Like, this whole video we're watching is just a close-up on him in his car.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's nothing else to see. He's very smiley, too, while this is happening.
Oh, my God. This was a great story for TikTok.
You can't believe what I'm witnessing right now. I don't. I actually don't believe what you're saying is happening right now. There's no
It's actually
fucking
a
way.
literal rainbow being beaten by a maggot hat. It's crazy. There aren't even human beings involved.
Mr. Burns is blocking out the sun as we speak. You can't believe what I'm seeing right now. It's corporate greed is happening right in front of me as I TikTok to all of you fine folks out there. What an idiot. He's one of these people, and I've said it many times, but he's joins the list. He's one of these guys who thinks everyone's as dumb as he is.
Well, he does benefit from having a following that I guess does, because there's people. I'm sure he blocks plenty of comments and stuff, but like his bait, like I think most of the people following him are like, "Oh, Daniel, thank God you were there to capture this.
Yep.
Otherwise, who would know about it?"
I don't know if most people who follow him think that, but all the people in the comments do.
Right.
So all the people who don't get their comments deleted definitely think that.
The way TikTok works, I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a ton of trolls. Hopefully, we're bringing a few. But
well, I'm hearing from a lot of people they're getting blocked by Woke Dad. There's a lot of people getting blocked lately.
All right.
I think it's been a bit of a blocking party, a block party.
Daniel.
All right, we have some voicemails. I gotta get out of here. I gotta go to band practice, and I think
I got
I'm
a
hopping
basketball game to watch. Let's fucking
oh,
go.
Shit, a basketball game to watch.
That's right.
And then I think I'm going on Chrissy Mayer's show later tonight. So anyway, let's hear what's going on out there in voicemail land. See what people are talking about.
Hey, this is for WATS, Carl. You guys are simple-minded, man. The act of splitting food charges has been going on forever.
Okay.
Back in the day when we didn't have Venmo and shit, people used to do it for cash. It's primarily lower-class people who do that, lower-income bracket people who do that. Like the people who make under $50,000 a year that do that, right? Those people didn't go away. Now they just have an easier way. Nobody uses fucking cash anymore.
You know what we're talking
you're
about
talking
here,
to,
right?
dickbag?
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're working class folks, right, Mike? You and me, a couple
I
blue collar
certainly
guys. So what he's talking about, I was talking about how these Venmo videos where they're just like, yeah, so I did a Venmo request because we had a play date and I wanted to charge the other kids' parents for the food that they ate and stuff.
Yeah.
And I brought up that, there's this generation coming up. It's constantly like Venmoing each other for $8.50 because they had a burger at lunch and the other person.
No, you were right. I get what this guy's trying to say, but you were right. Because like if I go to dinner, like sometimes I'll try and look like a nice guy and just be like, I'll grab the check and they'll be like, well, I'll Venmo you later. And I'm like, no. I want to seem cool.
As far as your whole idea of credit card roulette, that's something that big business guys used to do with their expense accounts. Sure.
No.
And also, let's not forget prices of everything are higher than they've ever been before.
That's true.
5 people go out for lunch now. That's $100. Easy.
Okay.
By the way, I'll point this out. I don't know if you know this, but prices are higher than they've ever been always. That's how inflation works. Prices are always higher than they've ever been.
It's not
This is a good listener. He's just trying to make.
No, I know. I'm listening. Yeah, right. Making some good points.
50 if you have a drink or two. If one person has a drink or two, right? So you just want me to pay that, and then next time when we go out and it's your turn, you're a little light. That kind of shit happens. That's the biggest fucking like social scam that goes on all over the place today. That's why it is super easy to just take a picture of a check and everybody send your part. It's not complicated.
I know it's easy.
It's not hard.
I get that part.
It's very, very simple. I get you don't understand it because you're a fucking boomer, but, it is a thing that does happen. Now,
I'm not a boomer.
Now, the thing you're watching on the beginning of this episode, again, it's satirical comedy. I'm almost sure.
Probably.
But also, take into account that the few that you might find that ever are true, there's usually reasons for them. Consistent.
This is exhausting.
All right.
Yeah, that's
enough. As long as they're always at your house, so you always beat my.
Yeah. You're right. That's a good point. This is a
I
person
try to be on your side, buddy.
This is a person I would not buy lunch for if we were like had a whole lunch. I'm like, all right, You owe me $14.23.
You must understand our larger points, sir.
Yeah, I mean, really. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, Karl, it's for WATS. It's a couple weeks back, but I've been busy. So you said that Woke Dad was pissed. He was pissed because
yeah,
mom and pop sold to a company.
Right.
And you were like, well, he's pissed because an A&P is going in? An A&P. So in Rochester, it's 1982 all the time. Neat. All right. Time to bust your balls. Fuck you. Love you. Fine, Mike. You're my hero. Shoot.
All right, see ya.
Now, all of that I agree with.
I actually said AM PM, which is just as bad because
way worse.
I was trying to think of a gas station. I should have said Speedway because there's no
alarm
Hesses
clock
around.
going in this
No
place.
Hesses around anymore. I should have said Speedway is what I should have said. I said AM PM, which was the gas station when I was 6. That was down the street from me.
I didn't catch that.
I'm an idiot.
Hey, Karl, this is one for Who Are These Socials? I've got a couple of observations. First one is, you've been playing the wrong YouTube jingle. You've been playing the one that goes, let's start the show and watch YouTube. But that's no good. We don't like that one. Or if you do play that one, you also have to play the one that goes, everyone's favourite one. Who are these YouTube videos? Who are these YouTube videos? Or something like that. That one, you definitely need to play that one. Second thing is, Blind Mike, he's finally answered the question of how blind people know when they're done wiping their arses.
Yep.
When he was referring to the King Cobra potato hell concoction that the guy made and ate, and he said that King Cobra's shit must taste awful. That's it. That's how they find out.
That's not what I meant.
Once you've wiped your ass, you could smell the toilet paper. It's always going to smell a bit shitty, isn't it? Even if you're wiping a clean ass, it's probably going to have a certain smell to it.
Right.
But it's the taste.
Freudian slip.
The taste, when there's no further noticeable taste on the paper, that's how a blind person knows when they're done wiping their ass. Thanks, Mike. Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, when Mike's on a porn site, it says ATM. He's just like, what, are people wiping themselves? I don't understand. Why are people into this? Yeah, right. What's that all about? All right. I played the right YouTube jingle today. I'm listening, guys. I listen to your feedback, so don't worry.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Woke Dad.
Wait, what?
The biggest threat in the bathroom is straight men. And they're using that fucking trans loophole to get into female bathrooms so they can attack females.
Or boys.
God, is that motherfucker dumb. Love the show. See you.
All right, see ya. Thank you very much for the commentary. We don't get political on the show. No politics. Woke Dad's an idiot. No politics. No thoughts on any of it. Looks like... Oh, yeah, I already played that one. I already read that one. Let's see where we are in Super Chats real quick. Oh, Turbo 7049 comes in, and I know that there's a jingle.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Thanks for the Super Chat, Turbo 7049, who is a master dabbler, has a reminder for everyone that Shuli sucks and Vinny is fat.
It's funny that that's what the personalized jingle is, because it says, good to see you're able to admit you were wrong about the toe. Now complete the turn and say Shuli sucks. Hashtag it should have been Huntsville.
It's a one-track mind.
Come to DabbleCon 2. Copy at the Carlson. We'll be there August 16th and 17th. Get your tickets, WATPlive.com. It's going to be a lot of fun. Matthew Rowley became a YouTube member. Thank you, Matthew. Good to see you here. And Turbo7049 again says, asterisk and admit damn fat sausage fingers. I'll admit to nothing. I know nothing. I see nothing. BlindMike.net is one thing I see.
Well, thank you, sir. Yes, that's where all of my links are. If you'd like to check them out, Patreon. You can become a Patreon or a YouTube member. Today we posted. We watched in its entirety the Joe Matarese meltdown, and I don't know if you've seen this yet. Have you seen Joe Matarese's latest live?
No.
We'll be getting to that on Sunday. He has what I believe is his worst idea yet. So,
yes! That's impossible! That's impossible!
So we're going to be getting to that on Sunday. If you want to watch
Nice.
the Blind Mike Project at 10 a.m., become a member if you like, or check out all our links for free. All that's at blindmike.net. We're talking steel toes Sunday morning, too, so I'm excited
Beautiful.
for that.
I'll be tuned in for that. You know why, Mike?
Why is that?
Because the European Cup Finals is not until 2 p.m.
Oh, good. I'm a
So
time.
I can watch your watch
yeah,
your
we're
program.
pre-gaming for that, too. So
Watch your
everyone
program.
come
For
on
that.
over.
Yeah, I want to hear your analysis of England versus Spain, obviously.
Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts. A lot of big
Ep79 with 2 pounds says, watch Bears v Suzuki Boys as you jerk it in your car. Write that down. All right. Okay. Got the note. Very good. Thank you very much. WhoAreThese.com, of course, where you want to go. Check out Who Are These Podcasts. Check out The Creep Off, thecreepoff.com. Check out Who Are These Socials. Check out Who Are These Broadcasters. Come to see us at DabbleCon August 16th and 17th. That's going to be live at Comedy at the Carlson in Rochester, New York. And you can get your tickets at WTPLive.com. And, of course, we'll be at the Magic Bag. We're going back to Ferndale near Detroit, Michigan, October 25th. Tickets are selling fast for that one. So go to themagicbag.com. Get your tickets. Looking forward to seeing everyone back in Detroit again.
Beautiful.
All right, Mike. Like I said, I got to go. I got band practice, and I'll be on Chrissy's show later tonight with
Let's get the hell
Keanu.
out of here, then.
Actually, yeah, let's do it.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you are about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?